What's up, everybody? Welcome to the RPR podcast, where we talk about the real stuff and not about real estate. I'm your girl, Tyra Nicole here. Sorry Brooke's not here with us, but we do have a guest.
And I'm your boy, William Payne, and filling in for Brooke, producer, bartender, and that's me.
Welcome back, everybody. I am Nicole Pay. Thanks so much for being here at the RPR podcast. And we have Mykeya, Unlocked with Keys. We are so excited to have you. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, there's so much to talk about. Let's start with Mykeya.
Yes.
Your real estate background. Where do we start?
Okay, so I started in real estate at Quicken Loans. I was doing some underwriting there, and then from there I transitioned to Next Door Lending. Shout out to Next Door Lending.
love them. Yes.
Love them. Shout out to Doug and John and Natter. I did a lot over at Next Door Lending. We started with like processing, and then like leads, and then we started with marketing, and then the administrative role as well. So I kind of like did a lot with the Next Door Lending. And so now I am starting my own company, Unlocked with Keys. It's a media company, and we specialize in podcasting, content creating, and now live productions. And it's been amazing. That's my dream, so it's been really fun.
So how did Unlocked with Keys even start? Like, where did the concept even come from?
So really back in 2017, I started a TV show with some friends, and it was called The Spill 313, and it was a lot of fun. We interviewed people. We went downtown, did like street views. Like it was a really good time. And then I found my passion in it. I'm like, oh, I actually like entertainment, and so didn't really work out with everyone. So they're like, oh, you should start your own show. So I gave it a try, and I was okay. I was like director, producer, like editor, everything, host. And Unlock with Keys, I'm Mykeya, and so I interview individuals to unlock their story with me.
Okay.
So it's almost kind of like what we do here. Like,
So but like, is yours kind of more like a talk show, all right? Or is it
because like Oprah is like my
I love
girl. Yeah, so it's like a talk show vibe, and so
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so that's when we did the live audience was like Oprah, like Ellen, like Tamara Hall type feel. So it was awesome.
Okay. So we like to go back.
we do.
So
We like to dive.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about little Mykeya.
Little Mykeya. Okay. What else since we started going back? I got some tissues. I'm like,
We're in the RPR podcast, so I want to hear all of it.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I interview people to unlock their story, and so God was like, you need to start telling your story. So I am a twin. So shout out to Twin Energy.
So identical twin. Like we need to put that in there. It's identical twin energy.
Right? Yeah. 6 minutes. So I'm Mykeya. She's Mykeya. And so I was actually born with a hole in my heart. So ventricular septal defect. Yeah, I was born with a hole in my heart. Mykeya wasn't. And so like 4 months, my parents had to decide to have open heart surgery.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and typically if you don't have the surgery, you don't live past like 13 to 25 years of age. And so I'm 28 today, so I made it, y'all. Glory.
Right.
Yeah. So it wasn't until my 25th and I realized like I was really divinely chosen to be here.
Absolutely.
And so that's really like the nutshell of it. And so then I started getting into unlocking stories, and I'm like, okay, this has to go bigger. And podcast is like a theme now. So I'm okay, cool. I need to like go even go outside of the box,
Yeah.
And so little old me decided to start her own media company and do like her first live audience. Like, who told me I can do that?
How old were you? Awesome. How old were when you had your surgery? Like
I was 4 months.
4 months old, and it was actual like open heart surgery.
On the table. Yeah, it was deep because I was sharing a room with another baby, and she had like it was a big number. It was like there were 20 to 50 surgeries, like the baby. And so the day of it was deep. The day of my surgery, my dad came to the hospital with like balloons and teddy bears for me and the baby, and like her bed was made. So my parents were like, oh, cool, she went home.
Right.
But unfortunately, she actually didn't make it. And so my parents were like, okay, I got to give my child to y'all now. Like,
right.
It was really, really, I can only imagine like when my mom found out because I was breathing funny. My dad, he always like, make sure you tell them I was at the Million Man March. So he was at the Million Man March. And so my mom didn't tell him until he got home. So she had already gone to the hospital, and then when he got home, she told him what was going on. And so, and my dad, he had always prayed for a daughter. He just wanted one daughter, and so he got two daughters. And so at this point, it's like, oh man, I got 2 daughters now. One of them, we gotta make this,
Right.
life changing.
So after you had the surgery, everything was fine after that, or
Oh,
was it
yeah.
complications?
Oh, I was fine. They
Okay.
said that I may not be able to like play sports and like talk right. I played basketball. I ran track.
Right.
I am
That's
talking.
amazing.
That's why you cannot listen
You
to them.
you doing podcasts and
Yeah.
live
So,
TV show? That's amazing.
yeah.
That's
Right.
actually awesome. Like what a story to tell. And it's ironic that you went to Unlocked with Keys because you have a story to tell, and that's
Yeah.
like one thing we do on this podcast is we love people's stories because everyone has one to tell. So when you do your podcast or you do your live shows, how does it feel being on the other side listening? Because like for me, like everyone at this table has a story to tell, but for
Right.
me, like listening to yours, I'm in awe of your story.
Yeah.
So how do you feel being on the other side and hearing stories?
Oh, I love it because so I always tell people like this is a conversation. Like ignore the cameras. Like those they're just there. This is a legitimate conversation. A lot of times, like I'll have so many questions written, but we'll just be talking. Like that one question can start a whole conversation.
Absolutely.
So like I always just remind people that because I get it. I used to be camera shy, and I'm even a little awkward sometimes still. Like I was telling you that, Tyler.
Yeah.
I get real
I
awkward.
hate being in front of the camera. I can't stand it.
Like if it's just thrown in my face, I'm like, okay, what do you want me to do? Like it gets weird. But I always tell people like just ignore it. Like what is it gonna do?
It's really just a conversation. Like we found that out early on. Like it's better when it just flows.
Right.
And it's just a conversation to be had. So we totally get it.
That's so true.
So what was it like being a twin? Like when you
so
were younger and everything. So it was fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fun. So I was sharing with y'all, my dad is a twin. So it's like, so that's super dope. So my dad is Mark and his twin is Michael. So Mykeya, and so we switched classes in high school. And listen,
Not first grade.
Not first grade. See, they
Not first grade.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, someone here did it in first grade.
Someone at this table may have been doing it much younger.
They're stressing their parents out all the time. That's crazy. But
Did anybody find out about that by now?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, because the teachers obviously found out after a while.
After a while?
How long were y'all doing this?
So
I thought it was one time.
Probably after
No,
lunch.
girl. No.
After lunch, my brother, they had some type of assignment, and he spelled my name wrong.
See.
What?
So that's
Stop
not
it.
smart
How
to
did
me. See, that's the thing. I get it. No.
He spelled your name
He
wrong.
spelled my name
Windell.
wrong.
We're
Yes.
gonna have to talk about
Was it
that.
like one L?
W-I?
So I'm William, and he's Windell.
Oh,
But it's
right.
WINWIL. So I guess he missed one of the L's or something like
Or
that.
he thought you
That's what I said, was it
W-I.
But you know what? Real quick, that's a strange story because my brother, he was to me, sorry bro, he was a little slower than me. So
I'm not condoning this one.
he thought that he just had an imaginary friend. You know, so having a twin,
You are really putting him out there like
So
that?
Oh, he thought you were.
I was him, but his
What?
imaginary friend. You know what I
That
mean?
is so deep.
Exactly.
I cannot believe he's throwing.
Are you serious about this?
I'm
Like,
serious.
That
I
makes
promise,
sense,
I'm
though.
serious.
That makes a lot of sense.
Because I looked like him. My mom was dressing us alike, right?
But when you're younger,
So,
I mean, yeah. It
in his
could be-
mind,
I never
in his
thought
mind,
about
okay,
that,
maybe everybody can't see this guy. You know what I mean? So that's
So he
what I'm
thought
saying.
him and his friend were playing tricks on him?
Correct. Oh wait, he thought that yes,
That
his,
you were
his
fake.
friend being me, I was fake. Yes.
And nobody thinks to ask the twin, like, what is your experience as a kid?
Correct.
Like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
I would have
deep.
loved to have somebody look like me that I could be like, could you please go put these clothes on so I can know what I'm gonna look like?
I never thought about that, but that
Like, I
can be
would
kind of
love
weird,
that.
like when you're little, like
It
to have
is.
someone
Like,
that
what's
looks just
going
like
on?
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Don't-
never
okay,
thought
so
about that.
like, what did you guys go through? Like, so you're hearing this. So was it similar for you as an identical twin?
Well, I will say this, because I don't know what I did really yesterday, so to know I was thinking in first grade. But I will say, we talk to each other in our sleep. So my dad was like, getting ready for work, and we'll have full-blown conversations. And he would be
In your
like,
sleep?
Mykeya, like he would think we were up, but we were sleeping, having full-blown
Did you guys sleep in the same
conversations.
bed?
Yeah.
Because they slept in the same bed for a long time.
For a long time.
Yeah, forever. Literally, I think I was probably grown.
I think we were 13. We were
Literally,
13.
yeah, okay, that's
for sure.
exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Yep. But
That
yeah,
is so, I couldn't even
Yeah.
imagine like having another person like that looks like me and talks like me and acts like me and dresses. Like that is so wild to me.
I think having a triplet would be like just super.
Oh,
dope.
yeah.
Of course, when you a twin, okay, what's next? Like if I had a triplet,
Yeah,
that would be.
we can't get past the twin.
I can't
part.
even get past the twin part. You're going straight to the triplet part, and I'm over here trying to
That would
fathom
be
what it would be like
crazy.
having a twin.
But you all being close, it helped drive
Yeah,
both sides, right?
drive both sides as
As
far
far
as.
as just success or just being better, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was saying, like, in high school, me and Mykeya butt heads a lot. Like, it wasn't until after high school you realize, like, okay, we're all we have. Like, some friends stay, but, like, you really realize, like, this is just us at the end of the day.
I always listen, especially like and for your boyfriend, like maybe he'll be able to relate to this. I always say like my brother-in-law is like his other half. Like I have to share him with my brother-in-law.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like it almost comes down to I'm like, who are you talking to? Like I've even made jokes like, are you talking to your girlfriend? Like
See, he hasn't had to experience that yet because Mykeya has a family right now.
okay.
So, like, we're almost not
two
living
different
opposite
worlds.
lives, but yeah. So,
But it'll get there because
Yeah,
I
for sure.
literally will
Because
be
that's
like,
how we were. Like
yeah,
I started the family.
he started family
early,
first.
and then he graduated.
Yeah.
So he was kind of like the pest, trying to fit in.
Not that you're.
It's
Not
a
that you're the
trio.
pest.
Because her boyfriend, we all
I don't know
went
if
to
your
middle
brother's
school
gonna
together.
like this show too much.
I know. I'm like,
Oh,
because
I
he
was
even said we were driving here, and he's like, make sure you tag me in the show when it airs.
He'll never be a guest again.
No, you're not gonna want to be tagged in this one, my man. Sorry, love you, brother, but no.
Yeah.
But so
That's
yeah,
funny.
so growing up, so she has a family.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have nieces, nephews, or
A
like
lot, yeah. I'm an aunt of a ton.
of a ton?
Yeah,
Okay.
I love them so much.
But no kids for you, right?
Not yet, not
Not
yet.
yet.
One
Okay.
day. One day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny though, because I don't think until you've actually either, well, I don't know what it's like being a twin. I can definitely tell you that. But I can tell you dating and marrying a twin has been a whole different experience.
Really?
But
It's really wild.
And I was gonna say it's a good thing for anybody being a mate because I've had someone I had to share my life with
Yeah.
since I was born.
Yep.
So
says that.
so the camaraderie of companionship, it started early.
That's good.
Yeah.
You get what
That's
I'm
good,
saying?
especially for a man.
So
It is.
she got a hack as
Yeah.
for me because I've been groomed to be a husband since birth.
That's
So that's
so
kind of
good.
how I look
But
at
I have
it,
to share
right?
him, which really sucks.
Now, were you
Are you the
guys?
only child? Oh, sorry.
I am
no,
an only
no.
child,
Oh,
so that's
so you
even
really
worse.
have no son.
I really
Oh.
like it was
Yeah.
a struggle for me in the beginning. Like I love their bond and I think it's like great, but for a while it was just like you're talking to him again. Like, you just talked to him like 2 hours ago. Like and it's funny because even my brother-in-law and I at one point like we did butt heads because we were fighting over him. Like
That's so
and
funny.
now we love each other and we have a great relationship. But I mean,
Yeah.
we've been together almost 15 years. So
Wow.
like in the beginning it was literally like, can I have him, please?
Right,
Like, can you
right.
just let him go?
And he probably wasn't used to. Was it like he wasn't maybe used to?
Well, because
sharing
me starting
type
a
of thing?
family early, in
Yeah.
his mind, hey man, I'm waiting for my time
yeah.
Yeah.
to have you again for myself, especially as adults.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he was like, okay, we got somebody else trying to break up.
And I was. Like, I came
Like, here's
in.
another one.
And 15 years ago, I broke it up again, now like we have an amazing relationship,
yeah.
and I love my brother-in-law a lot. But it is definitely it's different. I
Yeah.
don't think until you're in the situation of actually of dating a twin or being married to one, like people don't understand the dynamic or like the closeness of twins.
It's actually opposite for us. So Mykeya, so Trayvon and I and Marky's boyfriend, we're super close. So it's always me and Trayvon against Mykeya. We just get each other. Like
Yeah.
Maybe that's the girl version of how it is.
It must be because it was not
The
that
girl
way.
twin
Like the first
version.
couple years of our relationship, whew.
Oh yeah.
And everyone would be like, oh, like, because they would look at us and look at me and be like, oh, your brother-in-law you guys must get along great. And I'm like, they're polar opposites. Like, absolutely not. Like, are you guys like, they're polar opposites. Like, there's a lot of similarities, but personality-wise, there are a lot of differences. I don't look at my brother-in-law like I do my husband. So, how are
We're
you?
very similar.
Are you very similar?
Growing up, I was more extra. Well, it's just as we got older, our personalities became more alike than anything. We're actually very. With girls, I think
Maybe that's different.
it's just
being
a little
girls.
different. Yeah.
Did you guys ever find yourself like in a competition type of thing, or it never was like that for you guys?
A competition? Actually, no. Surprisingly, I will say it's so funny. People always be like, "What?" Mykeya was the cuter twin. I will say that. Like, she was just so cute. Like I was cute, but like Mykeya was just so cute. I would definitely say that, but no competition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's funny though that you say that being identical twins though, that she was like, we go out and they're like twin, like to this day I don't think they look, well, I know they're identical, I don't think they look alike, like, and maybe it's because I know them and I've been with him for so long, but to this day we will go out and people are like, twin, which one are you? And I'm like, how do you not know?
And we're 40.
So
I have a hard time
40s, and I'm like,
telling twins apart. I have a very hard time.
really?
Yeah, so even like through high school when it was like twins and stuff in there and I knew both, I would just call them twin.
That's what they do.
And it's like I never
everywhere
really
we
knew
go,
like
like, hey twin,
even,
and I'm like,
I think even with y'all two, like in high school, I never knew like which was which.
So do you guys find that, like, do you get mistaken for your sister a lot, or do you go out all the time?
So we pretend. Like if you call me Mykeya, I'll just respond.
That's how he does too.
Like, okay, what's up? But if we go into a deep conversation, I have to tell you I'm not Mykeya. This girl was super upset. Like we had class together, college came, and she went up to Mykeya like, hey, look at that. Mykeya's like, I don't know. She was so upset. She wanted to go off on her. Like, how you not remember me? Like she was mad. I was like, well, we went home, girl. We weren't even that close. But to her, it was like,
it was deep. Yeah, that was deep. So it's a dynamic. I think that until anyone's ever experienced, we'll never know what this is like. But it's super cool to talk about.
We gotta have another podcast.
Well, this will be
about twins.
this will have to be like that.
We have to have them on here, like your sister.
Oh my gosh,
and your
if we
brother.
did, yeah, we run all the. Oh, that would be crazy.
They
So
would think the cameras was split and all types of stuff.
all kinds of stuff. So
Now, did you got one more twin question?
okay.
Oh, please, come on.
Only because I had kids close in age, so I dressed them like twins, and everywhere we went, everybody thought that they were twins. So I was telling her, like, it kind of backfired on me, because I was like, oh, I'll just dress them like twins because they were so close in age. Then it got to a point when they were like 7 and 8, and everybody thought they were twins. So everywhere we went, they'll be like, oh, are they twins? Are they twins? And I'm like, no, they're not. And then at one point, I think one of my daughters even asked me, like, Mom, are we twins? So I kind of went through something similar, but I dressed them so much alike that when they got to be about, I would say junior high, like they literally hated dressing anything alike. Like even to this day, they're complete opposites on like how they dress, their style. They don't even want to wear the same color, like anything. But
really? It's like,
yeah, because I like forced it on them.
They tired.
I forced them to be
never
twins.
happened to him. Like I was.
I did their hair
earlier,
like I did everything alike.
To this day, we could go to the grocery store and William's like, "What's everyone wearing?" And I'm like, "We're going to the grocery store." Like,
I just like to be neat.
Coordinated.
No, it's not even neat. It's coordinated. Like you are very, and it rubs off on me because like all of our family pictures were very coordinated now. Like it's kind of started to rub off on me, and people make fun of us because we do like typically like we wear the same shoes and stuff like that, and I think it's started to rub off.
Y'all
on
do
me.
dress alike.
We do dress alike, and today I don't have my J's on. I wore boots today, but typically I usually have J's on. But it's like started to rub off on me, but I didn't like.
So, but how do you feel about
Yeah,
it?
like
Yeah.
were you guys dressed alike for a long time?
Like all the way like through high school and everything?
So middle school, we did stop. Actually, maybe even a little bit before middle school. If we go out, my mom, that's a requirement. We are dressing in like family functions. Oh yeah, Christmas especially.
Like to this day?
I was gonna say now.
We are, no, not now.
Okay,
Well, today,
okay.
me and Mykeya, we do shoes to dress like today. Like if we're doing something together, what are you wearing? Oh, is your hair the same? Like today, we will do that on purpose. But growing up, like Mykeya was super girly, and I was like a little tomboy. Like basketball shorts, gym shoes, like she had her purse everywhere she went. And then when we got older, I got more into like my feminine. And then we were like, okay, let's start dressing alike. Like we'll do photo shoots and like we'll dress alike. So I love it. My family, we're gonna be coordinated from the dog on down.
That's literally how it is. Like every like even down to the color. Like if we go out, he's like, does everyone have the same color on? And I'm like, again, we're going to the grocery store. Like it's not that serious.
Listen,
I guess it is.
When you live in Woodhaven,
Oh.
you want to coordinate in look like you belong as a family together. You know what I mean? Especially because we have so many different shades of our family. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, every one of our children is a different color. Literally, like we are like different color hair, eyes, literally down. So yeah, they're all different. So let's get to Unlocked with Keys.
Oh yeah.
So
forgot about mine.
yeah, so we got on the twin,
We got on the
twin thing, and we could probably talk about. We probably should have like a part 2. We always say part 2s. Bring the twins in.
Or after hours.
After hours, bring the
We
twins.
gotta do the twin.
So Unlocked with Keys.
Yes.
When did you start Unlocked with Keys?
So I started 2018.
Okay.
So after things didn't work out with the TV show, I was okay, cool. We'll try something else. 2018, I'm like lugging cameras, like everything around, just going all these different places. It was a studio in Southfield. It was one of my first episodes. And just like friends who were like, yes, like they were just saying yes. And then actually, funny story, we started doing it in the Foundation's hotel. And so Mykeya, we did it together, and then we realized that we should stay in our own lane.
Oh.
So he's a chef.
And I saw that. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
you on your social media, you give her so much credit for her. Like she has done a lot of great things.
Okay.
Oh, for
being a
sure.
chef.
Yeah, she's a chef, and now she's an actress too. And so, she does the cooking, I do the eating, so it works out. Like,
That's
it's perfect.
perfect.
And so we tried it together, and that's when we met.
Is it your brother?
Wynn is a chef.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know, you are too.
Well, I am too.
Let's
but
be
Wynn-
real.
Like, we cook, but they the chefs.
Yeah,
okay.
Oh, okay. So,
I don't, well, that might be out for the jury, so we'll keep that out for the jury. But
Oh, he is not gonna like this episode.
I know he's not. I'm so sorry. I really am. But no, they're both great cooks. Like they're both great cooks. I will say that. But it's funny that you guys are in just complete opposite. Where like, do you like to cook though?
I do. I just started liking to I like to cook, but so me and my boyfriend now do meal preps. So now I just like grew this love for like cooking, want to try something new every week. Like,
I'm not there yet.
He helps me. If I was in there by myself, I would probably not want to do it. So it makes it so easy. Like,
I mean, no.
yeah.
It's kind of like a date night camaraderie kind of thing.
Now don't be taking our date nights away, causing a meal prep date night.
Girl, we go to Home Depot
Not
for
probably
date
like,
night,
this date
please.
night.
That's what, like literally, like,
Home
we
Depot.
going to Menards? Yes. Let's go to Menards. Let's get some appetizers first and head to Menards. That's our
If
date
she
night.
loved to cook,
That's cute.
loved to cook,
I don't.
I would do a date night cooking.
I don't. I'm not going to lie. Like, I will be 100% honest. I love to eat. I'm Italian. I'm a foodie. I will eat forever, and I'll be a taste tester. But when you put me in the kitchen, I'm like...
But you know,
don't.
it's usually that way. Like when the husband likes to cook or can cook very well, usually the wife doesn't like to cook. That's what I
actually blame my family.
Because cooking.
Yeah, because my grandma like grew up cooking for us.
Surprised you don't cook.
So, and well, the thing is, I was so active in like sports, and I played so many sports that I would come home and I would just have my meals for me. Like she would cook, and then I'd come home from volleyball or basketball or softball, and they'd be sitting in the fridge. So I never was brought into the kitchen. She just did it, and then when she passed away, it was like, well, now what? You know, like I never. So that's one thing I will say about him. Like with our children, he brings them in the kitchen, and they equally love cooking as much as he does.
That's good.
Yeah.
So I do love that, and I admire that. I don't enjoy cooking. He enjoys it. Like our girls, like our 11-year-old loves to cook. She'll cook breakfast for the entire house. I don't enjoy it. So like the fact that you enjoy it, like super awesome.
On me.
I've tried. But I love to eat though. I think I'm spoiled. I love to eat. I just don't find.
I used to love it.
Yeah.
Like I used to love cooking, but now I can honestly say I don't like cooking anymore.
I don't.
I just
It's not
don't.
fun for me.
I
will paint a wall and paint a door and paint.
Well, there
and
you go.
I see. That's what I love to do. Like I love to paint,
That's a good
and I
balance.
love to like do stuff around the house, and he loves to cook, and it just works.
Whatever works.
It does. It does.
That's what it's about.
So funny. So you bring people on Unlocked with Keys, and how does like for us here, we're talking about your story. So when you bring people on Unlocked with Keys, how does that look? Like, are we? How do you? Are there stories that you're telling? Like, Give us what it looks like.
It varies, right? So when I first started, I'm like, I don't know where to start. Like other times, just friends like oh, I do the podcast, okay. But then I got to a point where okay, I need guests, and so Mykeya was like, you should make a video, tell people like you need guests. I'm like, no, that's weird. Like I'm not asking for you on the show. She was like, they don't know if you don't ask, and so I put a video out. And I got a lot of people reaching out, but my actual guests came from random moments. Like, I was at Sam's Club. And, like, I don't know if you guys remember with the artist early back. I'm at Sam's Club. I have, like a flatbed of just stuff. And he was actually helping me, like, load my stuff. And he was like, oh, for Instagram. And we started just talking about it. And then ended up booking him as a guest. And, like, another young lady, I did, like, a poetry night for, like, the first time. I do poetry on the low.
I would like that.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
I do that on the low
like,
too.
That would be fun.
I never would have thought I would, like, share my poetry. Like, I would, like, be writing some stuff in a heartbeat. Like,
that would be a good one.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. And I did a poetry night. The girl loved it, wanted to be on the show. And like it was just always like random moments. But now I'm a little more intentional about it. Like I had one girl reach out. Her story was like really deep. Like it was the first time I was reading a story and I was legit crying in the middle of it. Like I had to stop. Like it was just a lot. I was like, oh my goodness, like I just had to immediately pray for it because it was a lot to take in. And so I'm like, I don't know how Oprah does it. And so that was it was a really, really good story. And so like real quick, so like her mom had passed when she was like 7 and she witnessed it. And it was really deep. Yeah, it was deep. And that was like one of my most heartfelt stories. And so then fast forward after that, it was just me like asking people, hey, you wanna do the episode? Like, yeah, I wanna unlock your story. Or people just what I found is people want to share their story. Like everyone I never knew like that was really like what it was, but everyone wants to share their story. Like it's just so many unlimited stories.
Yeah, and when you talk about intentional, because I'm a fan of Oprah as well, and I read a lot about her and heard her talk a lot, and she really said like that's when her show really took off, when she started being more intentional, and that's when she stopped having like murderers and like rapists and people like that on her show. She started having people that she wanted to put the message out there.
I saw that clip.
That goes back to like what we've talked about with our 4 agreements. Like, are you familiar with the book? We
bring it up on every episode.
Listen, I love that book.
And then we talked about it when we were
at. He's looking at me. So I love the 4 agreements. And so my boyfriend literally the other day, I think you need to go back and read Don't Take Things So Personal.
That's one of them.
Wait 1 second.
Okay. Just because you're on our podcast.
Because why are they doing this to us? I feel his energy.
Does not. See, you're sitting over there. You are not allowed.
I will say this. Rob has introduced.
Can we turn his mic off, please?
Rob has introduced me to a lot of books.
Yeah.
Right? And that was one of the most important books to resonate with me because it's self, character, and the way you deal with somebody else.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's connected to a one-on-one relationship.
Yeah.
Because that's every time you meet somebody, it's a one-on-one relationship, and it teaches you just how to interact with that. To me, so marriage would be, or a personal relationship would be the most important.
And I've said it too. Like it has resonated with me, but. In our family, like we make our girls, our son's only 2, but we make our girls like on the way to school.
Our 11-year-old has memorized.
She's memorized the 4 agreements.
What?
Like she literally word for word can tell you number 1 and everything underneath it, number 2 and everything underneath it. Like, and we go through it every morning because she's in 6th grade and she's in that hard year as a little girl,
junior high,
and all this stuff in your head. But it goes back to, like you said, you be impeccable or you be intentional with your words and your decisions. And even when we had our RCA event and we were there all together and we talked about the 4 agreements, like, I didn't think the book was going to be... I was just like, okay, like I looked at Rob, like, okay, here's another book Rob's telling us to read, because he tells us all the time to read a book. But I did, like, I listened to the audiobook, and... for it to even now resonate with our family and our 11 and 6-year-old, it's unbelievable. So
definitely.
to be intentional even with the people that you're having when you say you're intentional, though, what is your drive with the people that you have on your show or your podcast? Like,
it depends, right? I'm big on quality. I know that like we're in the social media world and like followers and like that's cool. And I'm fortunate to have like good relationships with people, you know, who are like known. But for me, that's not the bigger picture. It's like, what story do you have that's going to impact the audience?
Yeah.
Like
Impactful.
that's what's important, because there are literally so many stories. Like one of my goals is like to interview like a homeless person. Like, how did you get here? Like, a lot of them are vets. Like, we live in this world, in our own bubble, right? It's just us. But we don't think about the people around us.
Right.
Like, there is somebody who made one decision in their life, and it just turned everything upside down. And, like, those are stories I'm curious about, and I will get to that point where I'm able to interview them. But, yeah, just being intentional about the quality behind the conversation. Like, that's really, really important to me.
Yeah, impactful is important because you never know like who you may touch with that one story that you told. So,
and that's say like unlock with keys, like you can be the key to someone's breakthrough.
Right.
Like, and it's funny because I was telling somebody about that, and he said to me, make sure while you're unlocking someone else's story, make sure you help them find their keys as well. I said, oh, that was good.
Yeah,
that is good.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you say that because like we also have a 17-year-old, and so many times we've said to him like that one decision you could make could alter your entire life. And I don't think in the world that we're living in with social media and literally everything is online, your entire life is online, we try to explain to him like there could be a split second of one decision that could literally change everything.
Yeah.
You know, so it's impactful that you would want to even talk to people because some people might not even realize what that decision was or that point in their life that did alter, you know, where their space was.
Yeah.
So that's absolutely amazing that you're doing that. So where do you see it going? Like where does it go from here?
Oh girl, we going big. So I this past summer I did my first live audience. And
that was in August, right?
It was in August. Yes, girl. She did her homework.
I did her homework.
Yes, and we had Robert on the show.
It was awesome, by the way. I was there. Yeah,
Yes,
it was awesome. Like the whole vibe was just
it looked like it was an amazing vibe.
Yes, it was.
Thank you.
So.
That I just took a leap on faith. Like I wanted to do it 2 years ago, and my mom always say like you have champagne taste on a beer budget, and that was literally what it was.
I used to say that to my brother.
I ain't even on beer. I was like champagne taste on a water budget is what my mom told me. Like we didn't even have beer, we had water.
She said that was still a delicacy.
Exactly. You lucky to have that.
But no, but even you, that's just the goal of dreaming big, right? Like you just have to do things that are bigger than you.
Yeah.
Like if it doesn't scare you, they say it's not big enough. And when I say that scared me, like I'm like, hold on, how are we gonna do this?
But you know that's the best time though because once it's done. And you can look back on it and see what you did. Like, that's the most amazing feeling.
And you know, but I think the process, the journey is way better. Because then it's done.
I mean, but when you, like, if you're nervous about it and you're like, oh my God, I gotta do this. But once you get through that part, it's the growth.
Yep, that's
true. It's the growth that you go through.
Trust the process.
Yeah.
You do.
Sure.
Trust the process. We're going back to TTP. That's so
Yeah.
So when do you do the shows? When does it come on or
you know
how
what?
often?
I'm in this space of like I just do my own thing. Like everyone has like structure. Like I do once a week. Like for me, like we pre-record our episodes and then we drop them weekly because not only do I do my podcast, now I'm starting the media company and now like influencer world now like showing up to events. So to be able to say like every Wednesday y'all can find me like you not you can catch me
popping up everywhere.
Yes, I'm gonna just throw an episode at you. Yeah, because it keeps it you don't know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? It keeps that what's the word I'm looking for?
Anticipation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I like doing it that way so I don't feel like oh my God y'all
the pressure.
It's Wednesday, Thursday,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I had to do my own thing. I have to. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, do you and your sister, do you guys do anything together?
We are about to start back doing things together.
Okay.
Let's come on, twin. So we literally, I can probably play the voice message. We just said this. What's today? Wednesday. So it must have been Friday. We just talked about how we need to start back doing content together. So Mykeya does like commercials and like small I won't say small, like short films and stuff. And so she does, like, you probably seen her like 10 to 2 commercials. So y'all see it, it's Mykeya.
What is it?
But it's this this driver commercial. Like, people always be cracking up. But we just did another audition for a twin audition.
Okay.
And so
don't be jealous.
we'll let you know the
I'm trying to get the
Don't be jealous.
we'll let you know the next one for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But we literally was like, we need to be more intentional. Like, I'm so big on like God being so strategic in our lives. Like blessing you with a twin. Like, you gotta take advantage of that. Like, in any space you in, you should take advantage of it. But it's just something special about like a twin. People love twins. Like, they got the Twin Fest, and it was a Twinsburg.
I heard of that.
Yeah,
I was just about to say, I'm sorry.
You just tripping out all day.
Twins Fest in
All twins.
That would be crazy, like a whole bunch of twins.
My brother has brought it up to me the past 2 years when I said, there's no way we can go right now.
I want to go. Yeah, we keep talking we're going to go.
Yeah, for sure.
That is crazy.
But a quick story. So in indigenous times, and everybody knows here, like my mental goes far beyond, where we are today in this land. But anyways, when we owned this land, they actually looked at twins as being kind of like a cheat code. So they would choose one twin to keep and one twin to get rid of because they thought it was sorcery.
Oh. We're not going to ask
Okay,
which one.
This was like in the 1500s of this land.
Really?
Yeah. So they looked at twins as being kind of magic. Like, it was kind of like I said, a cheat code. Like, you can kind of...
Yeah. I can see that, though.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Like, what is this?
Right.
How did her ex split? How did her ex split?
How is she driving? How they split?
Okay, but some science.
I did. We talked about some science, and we might be in the after show about twins and all that kind of stuff. Which it's still crazy to me. Like, I guess I never like really encountered twins until I met my husband. Like, you always see twins, but until you're like really diving in their world, you don't really understand an ounce of what it is. And I say in their world because you guys really do. Like, you're like, there's a whole like you guys shared a space for so long, and
even in the womb.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you shared a space, and even growing up and being together, like. That's why Windell thought he had an imaginary friend. Like, he's gonna kill you for that.
So how often do you girls talk now? Like, do you every day, a couple times a day?
That's what I said. It's
Let a day go by. Are you breathing? Like, what happened?
Is it the same way with you guys?
Every day. It's like every couple of hours. Like, he literally, like, I think I know what time he's gonna call just as much as he does, because I know, like, to give him that space with his other half. That's when they're going to be talking. I'm pretty sure I have it down to.
That's awesome.
Clockwork. What time they're going to call.
But that's why I was asking if you girls work together, because it's a cheat code.
Seriously. And our growing up, like, our resumes were like the exact same. Like, literally, it was the funniest thing. But it was so weird because our resumes were the exact same. And she applied in the mortgage industry, and she got this one job, and so I applied and got a different job. And she was like, "Well, how did you get a better role than me? Because our resumes are the same."
Right.
Timing.
There's that competition. There comes that competition.
A little bit. How about you guys? As far as that.
So,
it's a hardcore competition.
Well, only in sports.
Okay.
But as far as life, I mean, my brother is a corporate guy. Master's degrees and stuff like this. But me, I've been an entrepreneur for my whole, whole life.
That's cool.
But now, we take my entrepreneurship mindset and his corporate mindset.
Cheat code.
There it is. There's the cheat code.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
So, and it's crazy. Like, we we need to have a part 2. Like, we need to bring the twins on and actually hear their sides of all of this, because I'm sure it'd be funny to like mesh that all together. So. Wrapping up, like, we could probably talk to hours or
Yeah, this is
4
so fun.
hours.
But we
about
do
this
have
stuff.
some questions that
We do.
ask
We do.
okay.
So
before we wrap up.
you are a twin, and we're gonna separate you guys for a minute.
Okay.
If there's something that you could tell Mykeya of her younger self, what would it be?
Oh, girl. How about my kid yesterday? No, but my younger self. Let's see. If I was in, let's say, high school.
No, like your younger self.
Oh, like younger than that?
Anytime, like
Oh, anytime.
anytime.
Okay,
in
yeah,
your
if you want to
life,
go to
like,
high school, whatever you
point
want.
in your life, like if there's something you would tell your younger self,
Mm-hmm.
what would it be?
That's so good. I guess I would say I'm looking at her, and so I would just say that everything always worked together. I would have told her to get closer to God way sooner than she did. I would have did that for sure. Like, girl,
Okay,
really
there you
get
go.
breeze, but I would have definitely just told her to be patient. So
That's a
my
good
kid
one.
today, be patient. It's gonna be
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And then on a lighter note, what's something no one knows about you?
No one knows about me.
Yeah.
And forget anybody's in the room.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you tell your people? Forget the camera.
Yeah.
Forget the fact that we got headphones.
What do I want y'all to know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Forget all this is happening. What is something no one knows about you?
Okay, that means when I'm alone, because nobody would know. People know I talk to myself. That's a given. I always talk to myself.
So normal.
Yeah.
I definitely talk to myself. Like,
You crazy if you don't.
yeah, you definitely crazy
Look
if
at-
you don't talk to
See, and I
yourself.
look at it as the opposite.
He thinks
no.
I'm crazy because I do.
You definitely have to talk to
I
yourself
literally have
to get
full-blown
through life.
conversations with myself. And he's like, who you talking to? I said, me. Because we got some stuff we got to handle,
Yeah.
and you're not involved in this conversation. I'm sorry.
Right.
See?
Maybe because he was the imaginary.
See, you were the
He already knew crazy from the beginning.
you were the imaginary
Literally had
friend.
a role as
You
an
were the crazy.
I was listening to somebody.
You were
talking
listening to
themselves.
someone. You were the imaginary friend.
Oh my God.
So that
It-
probably played tricks on your mind though a little bit. But
That
we
is
can have this
movies
conversation
we're
later.
It explains
Like, am
why.
I imaginary?
It explains why I have more
Pinching
patience
yourself.
though. I have more patience than him.
Am I
'Cause
real?
I would just sit and listen to him
To
talk.
him talk.
Yeah.
That's funny. See, girl, I think we just unlocked something with cheese real fast.
You probably looked in the mirror
I'm
like, am
telling
I
you,
real?
we just unlocked with keys because you think it's crazy that we have I'll like talk things out loud because when I hear myself say that,
Yeah,
like,
you
I'm
have
having
to
a
do that.
conversation with myself.
Yes.
But you were the imaginary friend, so who's crazy?
I don't know though, because if he thought he had an imaginary friend, then I could kind of say you a little cuckoo.
I know, right?
But he had to probably question himself.
But you
He
did.
went along with it.
You went along with it for how many years? Did you not say I'm
I'm
real?
But you know what? I still go along with. Cause he's mine. I look at him as little
You
brother.
still go along with
Because I'm 2 minutes. I'm 2 minutes
He's
older.
still imaginary.
I still give him the benefit of the doubt. If I feel like he's a little off,
I don't think you should tag him in this. When this goes
Sugarcoat.
live, I don't think you should tag him in this.
Where his
Yeah, we gotta hear his side of the story.
I-
We definitely gotta bring him on the show.
Definitely
We need to hear
bring
his
him
side
on
of the
because
story.
I don't think he's gonna want to be tagged in this one because you just basically
sweating.
See, I'm
told
sorry.
all these cameras that he thought you were his imaginary friend.
Yeah, he'll tell you that.
Yeah.
No, that's I think from our kid, like you just start putting the truth out, people think that you're the evil twin. It's like, no, it's just really what happened.
Yeah.
Is it really like an evil twin and like a good
It
twin?
is.
Like,
Absolutely.
Oh,
so what is which
Oh.
one?
I was a nice twin.
see, now you're
Still a
yeah.
nice
just
twin.
done keep throwing him under the bus.
Yeah, my brother is.
How about you?
Girl, I'm over here quiet. No.
She's like, I'm saying nothing.
Hey, I'm not coming.
And you already said you were the smart one.
I was
You already
the mean
threw that out there.
I
You
was
were the
like,
mean one?
I didn't tolerate anything growing up. I mean, with
Okay.
anybody. But now that I'm older, I am so nice. I'm like, oh my God.
Did it flip around?
No,
Like,
as I couldn't imagine you being. the
I have
mean
just
one.
like grown up, like, and I love it here, but like sometimes I'm like, you just be a little too patient.
Yeah. Well,
I got one last
okay,
question.
one more
go ahead.
thing, then
One
we
last
gotta wrap it
This
up.
is so fun. Y'all.
So when it comes to, because I hear you talk a lot about spiritual growth over the course of years.
Yeah.
Did your sister travel that journey with you, or?
I be calling Mykeya like a low-key prophet. Like, she be thinking, I'm like, Mykeya is good. Like, she, like, she's really in tune, like, super, super in tune. We're, like, pretty much on the same path, so we really help each other. Like, we pull each other up, like, every single time. Like, so it's actually really perfect. Like, Mykeya, her son, remember, had, like, a really bad headache. She's, like, holding his head and, like, praying it away. And literally it's just soothing to the point where it's gone. Wow. Like, I really admire her journey. She'll probably say the same about mine. But we both just pulled each other up. Like, so it's powerful. Cool. It really is.
That's awesome.
Definitely.
That's very awesome.
Yeah.
Well, this has been fun, and honestly, like,
never knew twin stories could be so interesting.
And to have two twins in the room at the same time.
Yeah. And Unlocked with Keys is just
Unlocked with Keys,
amazing.
Like, definitely. Go ahead really quick before we wrap up. Plug all your handles. Anything you would like to plug?
Yeah, follow me, y'all. Mykeya Latia, MykeyaLatia.
Okay.
I need the letters to bubble up when I say it now.
Bro,
yes, Mykeya Latia on Instagram, Facebook, Threads now. And then Unlocked with Keys. So it's unlocked past tense, y'all.
Okay.
Find me. DM, I'd love to connect. Yeah. I'm nice. So.
If you got a story, reach out to her.
Unlocked is where it's going to be.
Yes.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you. Yes.
It's been a pleasure. And,
for sure.
And I think there might have to be a twin part too.
Yeah.
I think we have more stories.
For sure.
Yeah. There's definitely more stories that need to be unlocked. So thank you everyone for being here. Do you want to wrap it up, Tyra?
Yeah, so thank you everyone for joining. Tyrone Johnson will be on here next week. So we're going to say bye for now, but we'll definitely see you guys next week.
New episode drops on Monday, too. So our episodes drop on Monday, 7 p.m.
Monday, 7 p.m.
So we'll
Make
see
sure
you
you
next
tune
week.
in. Bye, guys.
Peace.
Bye.